Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 8. Let's focus on verses 9 through 11. When King Toi of Hamath heard that David had defeated the entire army of Hadazer, he sent his son Joram to King David to greet him and to congratulate him because David had fought against Hadazer and defeated him, for Toi and Hadazer had fought for many years. Joram had items of silver, gold, and bronze with him, and King David also dedicated these to the Lord, along with silver and gold he had dedicated from all the nations he had subdued. Now back in chapter 7, God established a covenant with David. David had sought to build a house for the Lord, but the Lord disallowed it. Instead, the Lord promised to build David's house. And in this statement, there's a play on words. The house David, that he had proposed to build, was a temple for God to live in, whereas the house that God proposed to build David was a kingdom that would endure throughout the generations. Chapter 8, then, is a recap of various wars by which David's kingdom was established by God. And when reading the accounts of these Israelite wars, you may wonder, where is the God that we know in the New Testament? You know, the guy who's merciful to all of the nations and who wants all men everywhere to repent and be saved. Oh, he's right there. He's right there among the war stories. So we should take notice of this guy Toi, the king of Hamath, because he's just a blip on the radar screen otherwise. But there's something that distinguishes him. He doesn't have to be struck down. When Toi hears how David has struck down Hadazer, he sends his son Joram to ask for terms of peace and to express his delight over Hadazer's defeat. So Toi exemplifies a pattern in the Bible's doctrine of the kingdom. Anyone who lays down their arms, stops fighting God, and seeks God's peace will become a member of his kingdom. This is not just a New Testament idea. This is in the Old Testament. That's why we're reading it today. God is not all pro-Israel and anti the nations. He honors sincere acts of surrender and submission. Once again, not only a New Testament idea, and we don't simply find it here in 2 Samuel. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verses 10 through 12 are instructions that God gave to Israel whenever they went into battle. When you go near a city to fight against it, then proclaim an offer of peace to it. And it shall be that if they accept your offer of peace and open to you, then all of the people who are found in it shall be placed under tribute to you and serve you. And now if the city will not make peace with you, but will war against you, well then go in and besiege it. Some nations must be subdued. Others submit. Sadly, those who submit are those who are very few in the Bible. Some remain rebellious, others repent. Some are crushed, others are contrite. Psalm chapter 2, verses 10 through 12 says this, "And now you kings, wise up. Accept instruction, you rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he become angry with you and you perish in your tracks." Today's passage is a picture showing that a people, they don't have to be struck down if they will only submit to God. No nation or individual can plead the victim as if they had no alternative. Salvation is offered to all who surrender to the Messiah, Jesus. And crushing judgment awaits all who refuse and despise his kingdom. So the choice is yours. Which way are you going to go? Blessing in life or cursing in death? Choose life that you might live. You say, where is this life? Jesus said this, "I am the way and the truth and the life. And no man comes to the Father but through me." Would you surrender to Jesus today? You can learn more about that at our website, groundworksministries.com. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people like you. If you're being ministered to through the Bible teaching of Groundworks Ministries, and you'd like to help us to reach this generation with the word of the Lord, would you consider donating to Groundworks Ministries today? Donating is secure and it's easy at our website, and we really need for people to step up and to help support this ministry. There's so much expansion that we could do that we can't do until we have the resources. So we're trusting the Lord that He will prompt your hearts. Check us out at groundworksministries.com.